Hello, ma'am. Good
Hi,
morning. Good afternoon. How are
afternoon.
you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm also pretty good. Thank you for asking.
Sounds good.
Yes. So, as we are meeting for the very first time, can you tell me something about yourself?
For sure. So, hi everyone. This is Kirti Gola, the founder of Profound Careers. Basically, Profound Careers is all about soft skill training, language training. Right now, we have Brazilian Portuguese and spoken English. Apart from it, we do cater career counseling. That's pretty much about my venture. Speaking of my professional experience, I have been this particular field from last 4 years, where I have been fortunate enough to train more than 800 students nationally and internationally. So that's about me. If you have got any questions, please feel free to ask.
Definitely, I'll ask. Last time I couldn't get it, but no problem. I'll ask later.
For sure.
Okay. So, Kirti, as you are a tutor and you have helped students
Mhm.
internationally and national in here itself, right? So, I'd like
Mhm.
to ask a question related to English. My first question is, what strategies did you use to improve your English speaking skills, like English speaking skills? That's my question.
Thank you for asking. So the strategies I used were and are listening more and reading more. Basically, to work on a language, you need to work on four aspects: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Where listening and reading are playing very vital role. The more you listen to the language, the much your ears are familiar, and when your ears are familiar to understand it, automatically the knowledge goes to brain, and when the knowledge is there, automatically you will be able to speak well. Similar to this, when you read more, you get to know a lot of structures, a lot of sentences, different structures, the verbs, the tenses, and all. So that gives you the pretty much confidence to speak the vocabulary and other things. So yes, I remember I used to practice almost 18 hours a day when I was in my journey, listening, reading, writing. Some hours were divided to listening, some hours were divided to reading. I remember I used to sit at 7 a.m. and used to stand from my place 3 p.m. in the afternoon and completing the novels. So those were the things I used to do. But yes, uh, that is only possible when the person is completely dedicated to this particular language. If you are doing something else, there is no possibility to give this much amount of time. So even if the person gives 2 hours a day for this language, it is pretty much enough.
Okay, so you said that first we need to focus on listening and then speaking,
Then
right?
read.
And for this, you have dedicated your 18 hours, you said, like,
Yeah. At that time I did, but now I don't do. I even watch couple of web series. If I am free, so I read couple of articles online. So this is my practice nowadays. But when I was learning at that time, I did this much work.
that's so inspiring. Yeah, I'd like to ask, you said that listening, right? So those who are beginners, sometimes they don't understand and they feel that why should I listen? Like I am not understanding at all. So they get so frustrated that I'm not getting. Oh, what should I listen? How should I listen? Yeah. So how can they deal with it?
Basically, since it is a new language, I would say the second language. We are Indians. Our native is Hindi. For somebody, it's Bengali and blah blah blah. Right? It may be possible that one day you don't understand anything. Might be second day at all not. Third day
Hmm.
also not, but I am pretty much sure fourth day one word, fifth day two words, sixth day a complete line. Within 7 days, you would be able to understand half podcast, half series, or whatever you are watching. So it
Hmm.
is again the number of hours you give. If you're giving 5 minutes a day when you already know that you need to work harder on this, there is no possibility that you will be able to understand within even 7 days. But let's say you are giving at least an hour to listening. I
Hmm.
can vouch on that. You will be able to understand on the very third day, whatever you are listening to.
Absolutely. I remember I was the same when I started listening. I didn't know at all, and at that time, everybody was talking about Alina Raj. You must have heard about her. So you can watch her videos. I was watching, but I did not understand at all. Then I started watching Urban Fight. There was some channel, but still, I didn't get it. But I was consuming, and then later on, I started understanding. So that's what it happens. Like when we consistently put effort into it, we eventually start understanding, right?
Yeah, even a lot of people think that to give 2 hours, 1 hour to listening is all about sitting at a place and then do it. But I never suggest to my students. I always say everybody travels. Everybody has at least 3 hours to going and coming from office. In that particular time, if you are listening, 3 hours practice you did. Let's say you are into cooking. When you
Hmm.
are cooking, put the earbuds on, start cooking. Who is speaking with you? No one. So
Okay.
it's not all about that you have to sit at a place and then go about it. While doing your other tasks, listening can be done. Even one can practice their listening 5 hours a day. If they just divide that this is my this time, nothing has to be done over there. Rather than listening to music, operating social media, we can just put the earbuds on, listen to any podcast or anything. Everything is available online on YouTube, on Spotify, and many more options are there.
Absolutely. It's up to them that
Absolutely.
are ready to sacrifice something, like as they like to watch, scroll, sorry, reels and all. So they have to decide, right? Well,
Absolutely.
ma'am, I would like to ask, see, somewhere we all feel demotivated, right? So at that time, how you motivated yourself? Did you ever face this type of challenges? Like, I don't know what is happening with me.
I did. So my strategy used to be basically my listening thing was some motivational videos. If you have ever heard, there are 2 hours podcasts. The intensity of those podcasts used to be and are yet now so high. Even in that, they are speaking some motivational words. So I used to actually practice those things that helped me to improve my accent and understand different accents too. Accents too. Beside the moment I used to feel that I'm not able to understand, rather than leaving that, I used to actually sit with that and watch 3 to 4 videos, 5 videos, 7 videos on YouTube, make different notes, and then compile that. So rather than leaving that stuff which I used to not understand, I decided to work on that. That why I don't understand, rather than
Okay.
it's not cup of my tea, leave it. So I use this approach again. When your why is so clear, you would not be leaving it. You would be no matter what, you will be doing it at any cost.
Okay, so rather than leaving, you sit down, note it down, and then implement it. Right.
Yeah,
So that's how you handle. Okay.
absolutely.
Help you put effort. Okay. Okay. Now, my next question is, what advice would you give to beginners for
Very true.
struggling with English speaking? Yeah.
I remember when I started, I felt there is a pretty much gap. The knowledge I had and the knowledge is required to speak well. So
Yeah.
I took one by one all the topics. First 2 months, 3 months, I only worked on building up my confidence. No matter what is a question, I would answer right, wrong, up, down, left, right, anything. I would speak. Maybe they would say you're wrong. What else they can say? They might laugh. What else they can say? What could be the worst? Nothing. So I decided no matter whatever question is being asked or whatever somebody is asking me, I would answer only in English. And apart from it, I was at that time I was using Telegram to speak to have my speaking practice. Nowadays, people have a lot of options like Hello Talk, Hello Call. Even
Absolutely.
ChatGPT has its own speaking bot. If somebody
Both.
downloads
Absolutely.
ChatGPT application, not the URL, website URL, if they download application that allows you to speak with the bot, and that is
Hmm.
pretty much good to practice. So yes, first 2 months, do not think that where my grammar is, what my grammar is. Simply focus on building up your confidence. Thereafter, once you feel that now I'm enough capable to explain my ideas, my thoughts, and
Mm.
knowledge. Sit, take one by one each topic which you feel that is important and would help you to improve your fluency, the way of speaking, and the way of presenting. See, speaking is not all about speaking anything out. It is all about how well you are cutting your ideas down, how well you are presenting it, and how many minutes you are speaking, right? So then sit, make notes of everything on the
Mm.
very same day. I use this strategy. If I am learning today tense, I am ensuring that today this topic is 100% clear. I'm not sitting with the same topic for next 10 days again. So I remember I watched 2 hours video of tenses, and till date I never sat again for like remembering or revising tenses. On the same day, these are the rules. If I'm speaking in present, I told my brain you have to speak in this. If I were speaking in past, you have to speak in this, and that's all. And then when I used to speak, I was so conscious that okay, what is coming out from my mouth? It's not anything out of nervousness I'm speaking. No, I just gave myself the command that whenever I'm gonna speak, these are the things you need to speak.
Okay, what a great strategy, I would say, because I have seen they are putting effort, they are consuming content, but they are switching one video to another, and that's how they are not focusing on one thing, and they are overloaded with the information. And at the end, like at the end of the day, they say that, oh, I put a lot of effort, but why am I not able to implement it in my conversation? So that's what I think it is happening. We need to sit and work on that particular area and then use it in our conversation. Right.
Absolutely. Implement.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for coming on my channel. And definitely, all the things, whatever you have shared, it will definitely help my viewers. Thank you so much.
I hope the same. Thank you for inviting. Should we call it a day?
Yeah,
All right. It was nice talking to you. Thank you. Bye bye.
same here. I really loved it. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.